Creating a raid-worthy level in Geometry Dash is considered by many as the hardest achievement a player could get, because in order to get a rated level is by sending it to an in-game moderator so they can send your level to the developer of the game, Robtop. And if he sees your level in the Send tab, he'll give your level a star rate with a set rate quality. A lot of people tend to avoid creating because with how massive the editor is, your average player will have no idea on where to begin building or what to even do at all. In this video, I aim to make your creating experience easier with some general tips for newer creators, what to avoid when creating a level, and some general advice. This video will fully focus on newer creators, so if you end up finding this useful, drop a comment. If you'd like to see more content like this, subscribe. I'm very infrequent with my videos, so if you'd like to be notified whenever I release a new video or a new level, join my Discord server discord.gg/building or through the link in the description. With that said, enjoy the video. If you want to begin creating, you'll need an idea of the type of level you want to build. Geometry Dash has a lot of diverse creating styles that are unique and pleasant to really see, from the more simple and chill levels to the bigger and more detailed levels that don't even feel like the game itself. There's a lot to choose from, but with every level, every creator had an idea from maybe an image or a specific level from another creator which caught your eye. Having an inspiration from where to begin is important to lay the foundation of your level, which will help produce ideas for your level. Inspiration can come from any place, from a simple image to a Geometry Dash level, to a certain scenery outside, to a specific song, literally anything that could potentially give you an idea for something you'd like to build on is inspiration. If you don't have any ideas as to what to build in the first place, but want to build a level, I suggest looking at some other creators' levels for some inspiration. Or maybe search up some images in Pinterest for a specific theming you're interested to build on. Inspiration comes and goes, but eventually you'll feel motivated and inspired to make a level. This section is a little bit broad, so I'll try my best to quickly go over what you should potentially look out for when making a level. These suggestions apply to almost every level you decide to create, so pay attention. Picking a rarely used song not only makes your level stand out, but could also make your level seem more favorite by other people that play your level, because it's not an overly repetitive song you see a lot in rated levels. Using songs that a lot of rated levels use is fine too. There's no real unspoken rule that you must be unique with your songs in each level, but it goes a long way if you want your levels to stand out. Consistency and cohesion is key when making a level. When other players play your level, the first part that you present to them is essentially the determiner for what they expect the level is going to remain like. Presenting a modern style level as the first few seconds of your level, only to switch it up entirely to a glow style level is not ideal, and it's not recommended. Having consistency with the quality of the level is important too, because if you have a super good part, you should remain the quality similar to the other parts of the level, instead of progressively downgrading the decoration quality. This also applies with gameplay too, which we'll go over later on. Patience and breaks are also important in the process of making a level. We all started with very poor quality levels when we first began making levels, and creating is a process that takes time to grasp properly. You won't get a feature level right after watching this video, but you'll at least get a general idea as to where to begin. If you're in the middle of making a level and you start to feel tired and exhausted from building, you can just take a step back whenever you're comfortable with, and come back whenever you feel ready to continue building. Do not push yourself. Taking care of yourself should always be a priority. A level's gameplay is something that not a lot of people tend to take account when building, which is why I wanted to mention some things to keep in mind when making a level. You want to keep your level's gameplay fair and fun for the player, whilst keeping consistency with the intended difficulty. Say you are making a 5-star level. You want to keep the 5-star level's gameplay consistent and with no difficulty spikes that could potentially kill a player unexpectedly, because the worst feeling is being far in a 5-star just to die in some awkward spot that isn't your fault as a player. The greatest advice I can give is to get playtesters and listen to the feedback they have for your level's overall gameplay. You may know your level entirely, but others don't. Getting like 1 or 2 playtesters just to try out your level's gameplay and see where they constantly die or what they think about the level really goes a long way for the level's overall enjoyability. Feedback is important when making a level, which I'll go right over. Feedback is, without a doubt, the most important aspect of creating as a newcomer. In short, feedback is essentially a way of receiving assistance from other players for improvement in your block design, and it's a massive backbone for newcomer creators that want to actively improve their designs and keep their level consistent. But how can I ask for feedback? Or how can I receive feedback without feeling bad about it? Firstly, you should ask for feedback with the intended purpose of it. Saying things like how can I make this look good or help is this bad is not a correct way of asking for feedback in your design, and it just leads for others to guess what's wrong, which could end up as awkward. Instead, you should focus on your concerns and be clear on what could do improvement. Instead of saying how can I make this cool, you should go a bit more abroad and say what details could fit best for this design, or are these colors okay for a bright scheme, or does this background fit this part, which narrows down for more relevant feedback. Secondly, it's understandable for newer creators to feel bad about their designs not being good enough for others' eyes, and it's a very unpleasant feeling where it stems a lot of self-doubt. My advice for you is to have a positive outlook and remain understanding of what the other person is trying to communicate to you. There might be cases where someone might be overly rude to you, but that's something that the server staff should handle for misconduct. Now, you might be asking, where can I find feedback? There are a lot of Geometry Dash Discord servers that have an active feedback system, some solely focusing on the creating aspect of the game and feedback itself, but some that I can recommend personally are Star Garden, Geometry Dash Creators, Geometry Dash Creator School, and even my server. All of these will be linked in the description with some other resources. So, you made a level. You went around some servers asking for feedback, you got some playtesters to try your level and give you their opinions, and after all that struggle, you finally uploaded the level. What's next? The first thing a lot of creators would do after releasing the level is get it sent by a moderator in a level request stream, but other people would just go right ahead and start on a new project for the fun of it. There's always a lot and you're never so certain about what's next on the list. But if your goal is to get your first career points, you can join other moderators' Discord servers. There's a document made by Casbix which lists mostly all moderators' level request Discord servers, which I'll drop in the description of this video. And if you have Geode, the mod GDUtils shows a list of all current moderators that have a level request server. Please be civil with how you request levels and respect moderators' boundaries at all times. If your level isn't rated after obtaining a few cents, my tip for you is to focus on other projects and build more levels. Being stuck in one project would only hinder your creating experience as a whole, and it will make your chances for a raid more difficult. But the most important factor that every creator should keep in mind before, meanwhile, and after creating a level is to have fun. Creating a level should be an enjoyable experience and something you should do for the sake of having a good time and having fun building levels. Nothing should be taken too seriously and literally, because at the end of things, Geometry Dash is just a game. Well, more than a game at this point, it can be a creative outlet for others. But my point is that you should take things lightly and enjoy the process. It's gonna take some time, but you'll eventually get there. So that wraps it up. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you've hopefully learned something new. Whether you're an experienced creator or a new creator, I hope you find this video useful. Make sure to join my Discord server and subscribe.